Boy, I sure do hate being proven wrong. In my last video about UpX Survival, I criticized the community for their rejection of negative criticism while defending the developer for seemingly embracing it. I feel that I was being incredibly fair with my criticisms, and even the most hardcore of the community seemed to agree with me. The only person who seemed to take issue with it was Slim, the person I was trying to defend because of how he wants feedback. You really did bring this upon yourself, man. A common complaint that I've seen circulating around the forums has been of the developer removing any negative feedback from the Discord or Steam pages. Methods used are straight up deleting or using fake accounts to go in and say something along the lines of, "I would really like to ask you to take another look at this game." I left this complaint out of the video intentionally, as I had been anticipating the community's reception to be mostly negative. I wanted a moment where I could say something like, "And would you look at that? The video is still here and on display on both Steam and the Discord channel." Instead, the complete opposite happened. And now, after seeing Slim's reaction to a video defending him, my opinions of the man have changed drastically. So congratulations, Slim. You played yourself. You claimed that you removed the video because I was criticizing your player base. So here we go. Congratulations, Slim. You get a video all about you now. And if your claim is true, then I guess you'll have no issue leaving this video up, will you? First of all, the mentality of taking a video down for criticizing the player base is stupid. If you paid any attention, you would realize that I was criticizing false praise. So I guess that this means that your mentality is that the entire player base is actually lying to you then. By removing the video, you're essentially saying you're okay with people lying to you and telling you what you want to hear. The thing I said was a bad thing. Additionally, you seem to enjoy talking about Wafflesoft as if it were some kind of a major game studio. AAA studios don't typically remove videos when someone is calling out their fans for not being able to provide criticism. And if they ever did, I have serious doubts that they would be able to get away with it, since there will always be some jackass to call them out on it. Some jackass like me. They do, however, tend to produce fake reviews for their games, so maybe I was wrong about that too. One of the things I tried to defend you on was the belief that all of the reviews were being made by you. I still stand by my claim that they aren't, but damn, you are making it hard for me to believe even that when you promote reviews like this.
So join us as we take a look at an indie game that has filled me with philosophical questions, a game that I've wanted for years and didn't even realise,
and silence reviews like mine. I gave you the opportunity to come on for an interview and defend yourself and the community, but you wouldn't even do that. Instead, your defense against people complaining about you deleting negative feedback is to delete negative feedback. Slim, let me give you some professional advice. You are awful when it comes to PR. Your marketing tactics have landed you in a situation where people actually believe that the reviews are coming from you. You go out of your way to prove rumors correct, and you somehow manage to turn an opportunity where you had nothing to lose and everything to gain against you. So here we are. Our mutual says that your response to my video was to just wait for it to blow over and ignore any response I give. What exactly do you think is going on here? Do you think that by ignoring my arguments they'll just go away? Well, fuck permanency, because guess what? Everything I'm saying is what other people have been saying about you. These aren't things that are just gonna blow over, Slim. You've been criticized for removing any feedback that isn't positive, writing fake reviews, and overall being a shady game developer. These are all things that I'm talking about, but these complaints are widespread through the parts of the community that do criticize you. So let's break down my personal favorite complaint against you. You're a shady businessman. The state you released your game in was atrocious. I don't care what your reason was, there is no defense against this. You can't just charge people money for a promise that you know you're not going to be able to fulfill. And here's the funny thing, at launch, the game cost $10. Well, it's been about 3 years now, Slim. Where's this good game you've been talking about? A very common mistake amongst indie developers is that they end up being overly ambitious for their first project, but most of them don't charge money for it. They put their games on platforms like Newgrounds so that people can play and tell them where they need to improve. How do you think developers like Edmund McMillan came to be? Because they built a name for themselves on platforms like Newgrounds for free. Do you honestly think that Super Meat Boy was his first game? The concept of putting the entirety of Australia into a game is the absolute worst first game idea I have ever heard of. hide behind the label of early access as though it were a good thing. Well, it sure isn't good for the people who actually paid money for this game, only to realize that the game that they paid for definitely isn't the game they got, and will likely never get. People like you are the reason early access has received a bad reputation over the years. You should never charge people money to watch you struggle to learn how to make a game. And if you don't like my take, then guess what? It's the way people are looking at you. Don't believe me? Well, just watch this.
Yeah, normally, when I found like really shitty games, like in the past, I used not to upload them. Like if it fail or it crash or anything like that, or if they're really bad, I wasn't used to upload them. But I think I'm gonna upload this just because I think it's a shame. Like it is a shame to like, you know, people that actually develop games. When you play stuff like this, it's like, just put more effort into it. Don't release like an early alpha of it, and it's just like you keep this in alpha like for 7 years, and you just like do some nothing to it. It's like just a cheap way to get money for free, because people are gonna buy it and eventually just give you like really shit negative reviews. It's like kind of what I'm doing now.
This is what people honestly think about your game. And I bet that this video has a comment under it telling him to re-review the game. Ding 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 ding! For just about every negative review of this game, there's usually always somebody trying to tell the reviewer to look into the game again. This is the worst possible approach. You should not beg somebody to come back to your game. Make the game good first, and they will come back on their own terms. What do you think is going to happen when people come back after you tell them the game is improved? They see that the game is still awful and get upset. In the clip I just played, I like the part where the guy says, eventually, people will start making negative reviews. Guess what, Slim? It's been 3 years now, and here I am. You may have noticed that the tone of this video is drastically different from the last one, and this is because I feel it's time to put on my big boy pants and have a come to Jesus talk with you, Slim. Avoiding criticism isn't going to get you anywhere. You've been pretty consistent about promoting videos and reviews that call you a god while ignoring videos and reviews criticizing you. When I made my first video, I tried really hard not to throw you under the bus, but after your response was basically telling me go fuck yourself, I feel that I had to make this video to essentially retcon all of my defenses on your behalf. How am I supposed to stay silent when I go through the effort to defend you, and you prove to me that I've been wrong about you this whole time? This is why this video exists, to set the record straight. To anyone watching, I still want you to provide Slim with honest feedback in hopes of him one day being receptive to criticism. And in spite of you not being able to handle negative criticism, spitting in my face when I try and help you, I still hope your game goes well. I know I threw out a lot of harsh words in this video, but I honestly think we've gotten to the point where this is what you genuinely need. I still support the struggle, believe me, I do. But I don't know if I could support you as a developer anymore.